Empire of Japan, full story. Among the islands, scattered across East Asia, in the heart of the Pacific Ocean, a civilization emerged that would shape human history in remarkable ways. This is the story of the Empire of Japan. Japan began as a collection of warring clans, each living in different regions of the islands, relying on fishing, hunting, and simple agriculture. Thousands of years ago, the Jomon people appeared, hunter-gatherers who lived in harmony with nature and created intricately decorated pottery, considered some of the oldest art forms in Japan. Over time, these clans began to unite and compete for dominance. By the 4th century CE, the Yamato period began, marking the rise of centralized authority under the emperor, a figure considered divine, descended from the sun goddess Amaterasu. The emperor symbolized both religious and political authority, though actual power often rested with warrior clans who formed the samurai class. The samurai were not just fighters, they embodied honor, loyalty, and discipline, following a strict code known as Bushido. With the rise of the shogunate, military governments ruled Japan for centuries. Castles were built and fortified, cities flourished, and arts like calligraphy, tea ceremonies, music, and poetry thrived, giving Japan a unique cultural identity. During the Edo period, Japan closed its borders to most foreigners for over 200 years. This isolation created internal stability and allowed culture and commerce to flourish. Cities such as Edo, Kyoto, and Osaka became centers of trade, education, and art. Woodblock prints, ukiyo-e, and kabuki theater immortalized the tales of samurai and everyday life, preserving Japanese identity for future generations. Everything changed in the mid-19th century when American Commodore Matthew Perry arrived with warships, forcing Japan to open its ports. This event ended isolation and ushered in the Meiji Restoration, a period of rapid modernization and westernization. The emperor regained full power, railways were built, factories opened, the samurai class was dissolved, and reforms modernized the military and administration. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Japan had become a modern imperial power. Victories against China and Russia, the annexation of Korea, and expanding influence across Asia made Japan one of the world's great powers. Its modern army, industrial economy, and national pride transformed it into a formidable nation. However, imperial ambition led to destructive conflicts culminating in World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 drew the United States into the Pacific War. After years of intense fighting, Japan faced devastating atomic bombings on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. The empire was dismantled, the emperor renounced his divine status, and Japan emerged as a peaceful, democratic nation, focusing on rebuilding and innovation. Today, Japan is a unique blend of ancient traditions and modern advancement. From samurai to cutting-edge technology, from historic castles to Tokyo's skyscrapers, Japan exemplifies resilience, adaptability, and cultural continuity. Its long history tells the story of a people who maintained their identity while navigating a changing world, making the legacy of the Empire of Japan a permanent part of human civilization.